You know that feeling, right? That little moment every single night when you're just about to fall asleep. It's this incredibly familiar yet totally mysterious place we all visit. So let's dive into what's really going on in that state of mind. Yeah, that's the one. You're not quite awake, but you're definitely not dreaming yet either. People have called it a borderland between worlds, and honestly, that's a perfect way to describe it. It's this liminal space we cross without even giving it a second thought. So let's actually take a closer look at this invisible threshold. Because it's not just about you closing your eyes and then boom, you're asleep. Nope. It's an active, really dynamic phase where some pretty incredible things are happening inside our heads. This is where the magic starts. All the logical, step-by-step thoughts from your day, they just start to dissolve. They lose their sharp edges, right? And they begin to morph into these much more fluid, abstract, visual things. This is the very first step of the dream process.
Now, as you can probably guess, science has a name for this almost magical feeling. It's not just poetry, it's a real, recognized, and studied phase of our consciousness. And that name is, well, let's get into it.
The hypnagogic state. It's a fancy term, but it comes from Greek words that mean sleep and guide. So it's literally the state that guides you into sleep. The important thing to get here is that this feeling we all know so well is a real, observable event happening in our brains. So what's actually happening up there? Well, it all comes down to a shift in your brainwaves. See, when you're just chilling with your eyes closed, your brain is making alpha waves. That's a sign of relaxed wakefulness. But as you drift deeper, your brain switches to slower theta waves. And those are tied to deep relaxation, the very first stage of sleep. That little moment right between alpha and theta, that is the sweet spot we're talking about. Now, it's really easy to think that your mind is just shutting down for the night. But that's not what's happening at all. The hypnagogic state isn't an empty space. It's your mind reorganizing everything, loosening its grip on strict logic, and that allows for all these new creative connections to pop up. It's a total reshaping of thought. And because of that reshaping, this super fragile, fleeting little window becomes a direct portal to your imagination. You can think of it like this. The part of your brain that acts like a sensor, the bit that says, oh, that's a silly idea, or that just doesn't make sense, it kind of goes on its coffee break. And that leaves your creativity totally free to just run wild. And get this gateway isn't just for weird, random images. Some of the most brilliant minds in history actually used this state on purpose. They saw it as a tool for innovation and problem solving. They didn't just stumble into it, they went looking for it. Okay, check this out. Thomas Edison, the inventor, and Salvador Dali, the surrealist painter, used almost the exact same technique. Isn't that wild? They would nap while holding something heavy, like a steel ball or a key. The second they drifted deep enough for their muscles to relax, the object would drop, make a loud noise, and snap them awake, letting them grab those brilliant, bizarre ideas that were born in that state. And that's exactly why their little trick was so powerful. Right there, at that border, ideas can just surface without our usual conscious mind censoring them. It's just pure, unfiltered imagination, which, when you think about it, is the foundation for both game-changing inventions and surrealist art. All right, so Edison and Dali used it to be geniuses. Cool for them. But we all go through this state. So what does it actually feel like for us regular folks who aren't trying to invent the next big thing or paint a masterpiece? Well, it's probably way more familiar than you think. Does any of this ring a bell? These are actually called hypnagogic hallucinations, and they are completely normal. Hearing a random noise that isn't there, seeing wild geometric patterns behind your eyelids, or that classic feeling like you're falling that jolts you awake, yep, those are all signs that you are right in that creative borderland. So what's the big takeaway here? This isn't just some random brain quirk. It's actually a nightly opportunity. I mean, every single time you go to bed, you are passing through your own personal creative threshold. It really makes you rethink what sleep even is, Maybe it's not some simple on-off switch. Maybe it's not a place we just arrive at, but a journey we take every single night. You could even see falling asleep as this kind of gentle negotiation, a sort of dialogue between your waking self and the massive unknown world of your subconscious. You're just slowly letting go of control. And that's the beautiful paradox of it all. It's a process of surrender, of letting go. But your consciousness doesn't just wink out. It transforms, it explores, and in that tiny moment, it exists in a state of pure, untapped potential. So, tonight, as you're lying there about to fall asleep, maybe pay a little more attention to that borderland. Don't just rush through it, because it's right there, at the very edge of sleep, where you let go of the world you know, that the world of creation can really begin. What do you think you'll find there?